And I'm going one of my favorite sauce, with a red wine sauce. It's called a Bordelaise. If you use a Bordeaux wine, it's called a Bordelaise. If you use Burgundy wine, it's called Burgundy sauce. So it depends which part of France you are doing the sauce. But it is roughly the same, except for the Bordelaise, we put some marrow on top. I'm going to start by melting a touch of butter. Melt it. A lot of sauce in France include wine because they produce a lot of wine. So many sauce got red wine, not pink wine, no, because that's only for the girls. When the butter is melted, we put some shallots. We are going to make those shallots translucid. Now the shallots are translucid, they are ready to take the wine. So you take quite a strong wine. You doesn't need to use a chateau wine, which is very expensive. Just take something, a good strong wine. Always put only half of the wine, never the full quantity. Because what I like to do is to reduce the first half until it's a glaze, and after put the second half of the wine and reduce it only by half. Then I put the veal stock. Now I'm just waiting and looking at the wine to reduce. You know, I want to achieve quite a glaze with that first reduction. Then when it's mainly completely reduced, I will put the leftover of the red wine, just to finish it. Just boil it, a tiny little bit of reduction, a touch of veal stock. I'm not going to put too much veal stock because it's mainly a red wine sauce, but you put a touch of veal stock, it keeps all the sauce together. Sadly enough, less and less you see sauces in restaurants, mainly because chefs don't know how to make sauces, and sauce is quite expensive. Sauce use a lot of wine, brandy, a lot of expensive ingredients in it. So less and less you see in simple restaurants, you don't see a lot of sauce. Béarnaise is still one of the more favorite, I suppose. A lot of places still do it, but you don't see all those rich sauce who made the reputation of French cooking. Now you can see it's becoming syrupy. The thing you got to do is make sure it's not to burn the side of the pan. Can you see how syrupy it is now? So now the red wine is reduced enough. I'm going to put a bit of veal stock. I'm going to add a bit of marrow. Marrow is a part of the Bordelaise sauce. You cut it the way you like, you know. There I will cut it just like that in rings. Some people will make some dice. It depends. Add the marrow to the sauce. Do not let it cook too long because the marrow will melt. You know, there's a lot of fat in the marrow. That's it. Double check the seasoning with the most important thing in the sauce, in any type of food, seasoning. I always repeat to my chef, you know, the difference of good food and bad food can be a pinch of salt or of pepper. To finish my sauce, I will add a touch of butter, a little nut of butter like that. What butter does to the sauce, except to make it richer, it will give a nice glaze. You know, the sauce is shiny when you put it on top of your steak. A sirloin steak or rib of beef, it shine. So it makes it more appetizing. So you incorporate slowly. To incorporate the sauce, you do that move. So it's like a wave. So little by little, the butter mix with the sauce. You should never let it do like that with the butter because butter will come on top of it. We call it monter au beurre in French, to incorporate butter. So that's my Bordelaise sauce, fantastic. After making a nice Bordelaise sauce, I'm going to show you how to use it. On its own is not very interesting, but if you use it with a nice piece of beef, that's where it gives its best. So I'm going to show you how to cook a nice piece of fillet. What you look when you buy from your local butcher a piece of beef, you know, is what we call a marbling. You say you got the cut, and there you got piece of fat. In fact, it's fat, you know. But because it looks like that, it looks like a piece of marble, and it's very important to have some marbling. That's what gives a taste to the beef, and the beef won't be dry like that. So now I'm going to put some seasoning, salt, and pepper. Try to make it stick to the meat, like that. Take a small pan, some oil, don't use a pan with boiling hot because you are going to, from the beginning, you are to create a crust on top of the meat, and the heat will take even more time to go through the meat. Just put the lamb light to check if the oil is hot enough, and you can see it makes a little noise, so now it's ready. When you cook a tourne-dos, it's important to leave it like that. Some people like to smash it, to flatten it a little bit, to go faster, but I think it's completely stupid, because if you want to do that, well, you buy a sirloin steak, it will do the job. A fillet steak should be that size, you know. When you have to in front of the customer, you know, you got that nice piece of meat. You got to maintain a certain temperature, not too hot. If you go far too hot, you are going to burn the outside, or it will be a very thick crust and not very nice. But you got to control the heat of the pan. Most of the time, it works with the noise. You know, you can hear the noise. When you are cooking, you use your eyes, your smell, and your ears, plus your tongue. But I'm looking now, you know, I just want to cook it to the point the customer will like it, you know. So, like I said, most of the customer wanted medium rare. It's medium rare, but so that will take a bit more time. So the first cooking point is blue, whereas blue should be is not raw. Blue is when is a minimum of cooking, but the middle should be warm. So you cannot eat a piece of blue steak which is completely cold inside. It must be warm, but not cooked, not overcooked. And after you got rare. Rare is the next stage of the cooking. So rare is, of course, more cooked than blue, but it's still red inside. And after you got medium. Medium is when you don't see the blood, but it's still pink inside. But there is no more blood. And after that, you got well done. Well done is for some crazy people, you know, who don't like, you kill the taste, you don't enjoy the steak, you know. So you enjoy the French fry with it, but not the steak. So that's well done. It's no touch of blood. People want well done, no blood at all. Now, people are getting more annoying, yes. They want medium rare, so it's not medium, but it's not rare. And they want medium well done. It's not medium, but it's not well done. Eh? So, you know, they like to be just slightly difficult. You know, to be, I know about it. So that's a big problem in cooking, you know. It's not simple anymore. You know, I use my finger to test if the meat is ready, because when you start, when you got a raw piece of meat and you press it, it's very soft. As you're getting into cooking, by the end, when it's well done, it's like a piece of rock. It's like that when it's well done. You know? So you got to play in between. Soft is blue, a bit less soft is rare, a bit less soft is medium. And when you reach a point, you know, where it's like a brick, it's well done. So you can test it with your hand. Maybe it's a bit gimmicky, I don't know, but see if you do that, so there is soft, so that's blue. If you do the next finger, it's a bit harder, so it's rare. If you do the next finger, it's even harder, so it's medium. And if you do with the little finger, it's hard, so it's well done. I wouldn't guarantee it, but you can always try at home. I think that piece of meat is rare, so I'm going to remove it from the pan. And like any piece of meat you cook, you got to give a good rest. If I was cutting the meat now, all the juice will run out of the meat. So it will be good to drink the juice and put the meat in a bin. But by resting it for between 5 and 10 minutes, it gives time to the juice to go all into the fibers. So it will be good. So I've been cutting the meat in an oblique cut. Some juice escaped for the meat, I'll put it in a sauce. So the meat is been cut. That's it, to show how it's cooked, medium rare there. And I'm going to put the sauce. First you put the marrow, which goes on top. And the sauce will be all around the meat. When you cut meat, you never put the sauce on top of it, because just is mainly for aesthetic. You know, if I was putting all the sauce on top, you cannot see how it's cooked. So, by tradition, we don't put any sauce on a piece of cut meat. And that's it. That's filet de bœuf, sauce bordelaise. Bon appétit.